Hi guys, welcome. Today, I know this is how we understand Git. So I'm in my repo. I want us to talk about Git and Git Bash. What is the difference between Git and what's the difference between Git Bash? Okay, what is the difference between Git and uh, GitHub? Okay, and I know we have Bit Labs and then we have the other variant. Okay, so I know that especially those of us who are new to tech, what we know about GitHub, for example, is that this is my GitHub account. When I come to new, uh, I'll be able to create a repo. Then maybe I want to do Git tutorials. So GitHub tutorials. Then I may want to put some inscription here. So I'll say this covers intro to GitHub. Then that is if you want it to be public, you want it to be private, you don't want people to see your repo, you can put it on private, and that's what you do. And at least you know something about README. You can put inscriptions about uh whatever code or whatever document you've put in your repo, and then I mean you barely even know what git ignore is all about. So sometimes you just come here and then you leave it like that, and the licenses you just do uh let me see what is here. I think the most ones I see is MIT. Then you pick MIT, then you just create a repo, and then in a bit you are done. Then you come here. If you have to upload some files, you come here, then you upload files. you know you upload some files uh from your local machine. So let's say uh a minute, you upload some files from your local machine. So let's say SMM. Okay, so this is something I have here. And then let's say you upload all of this, all of what you have here, you just upload them. Then you upload them. Then in a bit you see all of it is done. Then you commit. Okay, automatically after it's done, you just come here and then you commit. You just press commit, and then it's done for you, and you have your repo ready. Voila, right? And that is all you need to know. And sometimes you just come here, the readme file, then you put your inscriptions, depending on the steps you took to to be able to work around your. So I'm just typing gibberish. So the steps you took to get your app running, and if someone wants to follow along, what commands are they going to use, how are they going to go about it, and all of those stuff, right? Then when you are done, you press commit, right? Is that not what you do? And you barely even know what all this is, you just confirm, right. Yes. So today I want to teach you a wonderful way of using the command line to be able to work your way around Git Bash, right? Okay. So give me a minute. Let me stop sharing. Then I'll start sharing my Git Bash. So you can pause the video and then get your Git Bash running. So earlier on I said how you could download your Git Bash. So do well to get it. Then we begin, right? Yes, I believe you can see my screen now. Let me zoom. Let me zoom in a little bit so that you can have a feel of it. Great. So this is my uh, Git Bash. Okay, and pretty much working around Git Bash is like Linux. So the Linux commands we learned some time ago will be um, very helpful. So let's just do pwd for the fun of it. And let's do ls, and then you see on the machine in itself, these are um, documents on them, and I don't want to bore us, so let's do Control L to clear them. But I want us to cd to desktop. Okay, desktop. So this becomes my desktop. Let's ls. You see everything I have um, on my desktop appears here. Okay, so let's clear. Now what we want to do is that because we want to do a git, let's make directory mkdir. Okay, uh, git tutorials. Okay, and voila, it's created. Then we cd into git tutorials, right? Too many arguments. Let me ls and see if it's there. G, git tutorial should be here. Okay, it picked it up as git. That's nice. So let's clear, and then cd into git, and we are in git, right? When we ls, you see there's nothing here, right? So what we want to do is that if you want to create a repo, you use git init, like the way when you are doing Kubernetes, you start with sorry, not Kubernetes. When you are doing Terraform, you do Terraform init. You just type in, and then what this does is that it essentially initializes or creates a repo for you. So let's do ls. You see there's nothing there. Now it has created a repo for you, but it's emptied. All right, but then when we do ls dash a, you see the repo has been created, right? Yes, and just as when we looked at our GitHub, okay, we you want to create a file. So for example, you want to create the git ignore file. Now the git ignore, what it does is that git ignore tells the git some files and some documents or some stuffs not to track or keep version of. For example, secret keys, passwords, API keys, and all of those stuffs. It tells Git not to track them. So for example, we want to create such a file. We'll just do touch, right, dot git ignore. Please, are you with me? When you type enter, it has been created, right? So if we vim dot git ignore, okay, if you are lost, please go back to our tutorials on Linux. Okay, and that will help you. You see Vim has opened up, and when you press I insert, so you may indicate the things that you don't want it to keep here, the API keys, your secret passwords, and all of those stuff, right? When you are done, you press escape, then colon QW, right? Sorry, colon WQ rather, WQ. Then it saves it, right? So now you have saved it. And if we want to perhaps create another file like the readme, you just touch readme dot md. So the md is a file extension, like though we have .txt, .pdf, and all of those stuff. Okay, so md is markdown. It's a file extension called markdown. So right now we have created our readme. Okay, so if we want to put something into the readme, you just vim it. Okay, there are so many ways of actually accessing it, but I love vim, so let's just vim it, insert, then we can put in all the description. So this is a tutorials on Git and GitHub, then escape colon WQ, right? And you are done. Please, are you with me up to this point? Very well. So basically that is that. And you have created this already. So when we ls, we now have the readme. Now let's do ls-al, and you see right from here that your readme file we created is here, your get ignore is here, and then the initialization of the making this directory a git repo is also here, right? So what I want us to do is that I want us to create index.html, okay, and we have created it just like that. Okay, so if you like, for example, you can vim into this, you can vim into this, insert, and then put in whatever HTML code that you want to put in here, okay, for your front end. And you can do same for, we can do same for, let's touch more files. We can do same for styles.css. Okay, so pretty much whatever we are doing in the web version of GitHub, we can do with Git here. Okay, so when you ls-a, you see that all our files has been created here. Please, are you with me? Yes. Now, I want us to learn something. There's a command called git config. Git config. Right. Let's see what it brings us. It will pull an error. Yes. So I have already um, logged into Git here with my login address and password, right? But if you are new to Git, for example, you've created a GitHub account and you are new to Git, you need to configure, okay, Git config to be able to put in your username and then your password. Remember, I said earlier that Git is a version control tool. It helps you to be able to track your progress. If you make changes, it tracks every change you make to any document here, right? And then it helps for collaboration as well. So 2 or 3 people can be working on these documents at the same time. If you are in a dev environment, a dev team, a development team, okay, one person can be working on the styles of CSS, another person can be working on the index.html, another person can be working on the readme, or another person can be working on the git ignore, right? So what Git does for you is that Git is able to track who made the changes to the styles sheet, when the person made the changes, and the exact changes the person made, so that in case you want to hold someone accountable, you can. So the way you are able to do that is that you do git config. And remember, when it comes to Git, we have 2 ways of logging in. We have the local and then we have the global. The local is on your machine, and then the global is via remote that is connected to your GitHub account. I hope that's fine. So if you want to sign in, you do git config dash dash local dash user dash name, then you put in your name here. So let's say Dominic, right? And when I do this, it's definitely going to pull me an error because I've already signed in, right? But if you have not already, okay, so it tells you git config local username unknown and all of those stuffs, because I've signed in. But I want to show you so that if you have not done that, you can do that. When you are done with that, you can come back and do git config dash dash local dot user dot email. Okay, then you do this, then you put in your emails. So let's say love at gmail.com. And when you press enter, you see that it will tell you that you are successfully logged in. That way, if I make changes to a particular file, let's say the index.html, it will capture that changes were made to HTML file by Dominic with the email love@gmail.com, right? At this exact time, and these are the changes he made. Please, are you with me? So let me clean that. In the same vein, if you want to do for the global, okay, or the remote, you do the git config dash dash global, okay, user dot name, then the same thing, similarly the same thing. Then you put in your name here, right? Please, are you with me? And you are done. You want to do same for the email. You may want to do same for email. So user dot email, okay, then you put in your email here, right? You put in your email here, then you are good to go. So that's just by the way. So we're logging in. So let me clear my screen for now. Then we move on. So now if you want to see, after you have created, you want to see the number of users on it, you can do get config dash list, and then it tells you users on. So you can see from here, because I've already signed in, that my username is here and my email is here. So clouddamon dominicapia2078@gmail.com, right? And the others are credentials and stuff. So we'll get to this. Maybe keep this in your cortex, maybe. So the credentials was helper is able to store credentials. Okay, so the way that gets, okay, I'll get there, not to confuse you, but just have this at the back of your mind. Credentials.helper store, right? So these are other stuffs here that you may not need. So uh, let me loop out. Let me loop out. Yes. So clear my screen. So guys, don't get confused. I'm clearing my screen with Control L. Okay. But if you like, you can do CLAR and it also clears the screen perfectly. I hope you are fine. Yes. So if you want to know your get status, you can do get status, and it explains to you what you have done so far in your repo, right? So it tells us that there is we are on the branch master. So I think I'm using the older version, but currently when you download a new GitHub Git, it should, or Git bash, it should tell you that you are on the branch main, not master, right? So either master or main, it picks up the same, but you should know the kind of version you're using, because if I use master when I'm trying to pull a branch or access a branch, it will pull an error. Unless I use if I use main, it will pull an error unless I use master. Why? Because my system is picking master. Please, I hope you are good. And it tells me that currently I've not made any commit, and these are files that I have created, but then they are on track files. I have to be able to add it and commit it for Git to be able to track it. So currently I've created these files, okay, but then they are not tracked. Git is not tracking them, right? So nothing added to commit, but on track files present. If you want to add them, you can do git add. So there's this command called git add. Okay, so assuming that the files I had touched or created is just styles.css. Okay, I'll do git add, then styles. I hope I got this right. Styles.css. And yes, yes. And what, let's do git status. What this tells me is that, you see, styles is gone now. Yes, so you can do it this way by adding each one. Okay, but assuming that you have a lot of files that you need to commit. Okay, it's not efficient to do that. So you can just do git add dot space dot, and when you do this, it's going to capture everything here, right? So yes, yes, it has done that, exactly that. So it tells you that in the working copy of this will be replaced by blah blah blah, and this blah blah blah. You get it. So let's do get status. Get status, and you see it's telling you that changes to be committed, right? So changes to be committed. Now, what this is letting us understand is that it has not yet committed. It has added it to the batch to be committed, right? It has added it to the batch to be committed. Now, to let Git commit it or track it, okay, you need to use the command git commit. Please, are you with me? Yes, you need to use the command git commit. So at this point, maybe you made a mistake, you want to delete something, you can just do git as you have it here. Okay, it guides you. You can just use git rm dash dash cached, because at this moment it's been cached. Okay, then let's say, what do we take away? Let's say we want to take away styles.css, styles.css, right? And then we press enter. it has deleted it. So when we do git status, you realize that this is on track now. Okay, so if we want to bring it back to this, which I want us to do pretty much, we can just do git. What command are we using? Git add. Okay, and you can use git add styles.css or dash dot, and it should add it back. When we do git status, we have everything here, right? Yes. Guys, give me a minute. Okay. Okay. So if we want to commit it, to let git track it, we can do git commit, and I think that should work. So git commit like this, when you press enter, it's going to commit all of them and Git to start tracking them. But then remember I said one purpose of Git is for collaboration. Remember, for collaboration. So to be able to allow for collaboration, you need to unquote describe whatever you are doing, or you comment it. Those who are familiar with coding, you comment it, so that when another person picks your code, the person will be able to follow along, right? So the way you do this in Git to put a little description about what you have done is to put -m, or if you want it to be more elaborate, -am. Okay, and then you do this, and then you tell us what you are doing or what you have done. So I can say committed. Is my committed right? Anyways, committed styles dot css index dot html readme dot markdown md and dot git ignore. Okay, and it is committing it, and now you are done. When you do git status, it should give us a clean sheet. Yes, so there's no branch. We are on the branch master. There's nothing to commit. Working on a clean tree, and everything has been committed. Please, guys, I hope that's fine, right? So if you want to pull out the logs that we have so far, we'll go to the branch, but I want us to pull out the logs we have so far. You do get logs, and I mean, those of us who are familiar with the cloud, we understand what logs are. Okay, it keeps tracks of every single thing you've done. Okay, so yes, so this tells us that, let's look at this. It tells us that commit, I've done this commit. Who did the commit? The author is who? Cloud Daemon with this email, dominicapia2078 at Gmail. When? Friday 21st. Okay, 2025. What time? 9:11. Right? And what did, and the comment I added, committed styles of CSS index.html, and so you have it here. So you keep tracks of it. So tomorrow, if there happens to be a fault, we'll go back to the system. Git will tell us who did what and at what particular time. So for example, quite similar to what happened to AWS and then Cloudflare and Azure recently, the outage. Okay, there's definitely a system that keeps logs of who entered the system and what they did. So for purposes of audit, okay, when they go back to the system, it will tell them what exactly happened, who made that change, and the date and time and the particular changes he made that brought about the outages. You get it? Please, I hope you are following me. Great. So that's just by the way. And then it tells you that, yes, it just gives you records of it. So previously, it tells you that these things were created, right? These things were committed. Yes. And it just gives you info on them. These things were committed. So that's just by the way, everything that you have done. A minute, guys. Yes, yes. So pretty much, if you do your git logs, it tells you what has happened quite recently, right? Yes. Now, guys, if we want to know remember when you were in the console, okay, okay, we'll go back to it. But when you are on the GitHub account, okay, on your GitHub on the web, you see main branch. Okay, and earlier on I said that main branch or master branch, the previous version of Git uses master branch, but the quite recent one uses main branch, right? And I said we don't even know when we make changes, we edit, we just commit, but there's something that tells us whether you should create a new branch or you should add it to the main branch, but we don't pay attention to that, right? So if we want to know on which branch we are on, so the way branches work is that like a normal tree, okay, the main branch is kind of like let me assume it's a tree itself, right? So if you want to, so this is, let's say, the main branch where I have all of these documents there. If I want to say that our client wants to change the color with the website we've created, okay, then what we'll do is that we can copy this styles.css and create a new branch for it, so that it will not interfere with the main one we have here. So what we have here will be there, then we'll create a new branch. And then the UI UX designer will edit all the necessary editing that needs to be done with the styles.css on a new branch. And then when we are done and everything is all right, we merge the branch back. Please, I hope that is understandable. Great. So that's just by the way. So if I want to know the branch I am on, you can just do git branch, and it tells you that you're on the master branch. Okay, and in the latest version of Git, it will tell you on the main branch. Please, I hope you are fine. So as I was saying, let's assume that there's the need to edit our styles.css. Okay, so what we are going to do is that we can create a new branch. We can create a new branch. Okay, what is that new branch? Let's assume that our new branch will be, say, design. Okay, when we do this, it has created a new branch for us. Now when we do get status, I want get branch, but let me just do get status for the fun of it. Yes, so when we do get branch, now it tells us that how many branches are we have. We have the main branch and then we have the design branch. Now the asterisk you see here tells you the kind of the branch you are on, right? The branch you are on. We are on the master branch. Now if you want to move to the design branch, you can. But then before we do that, let's ls and see what is in our master branch. We have the readme file here in our master branch, the index.html and the styles.css. Please, are you following? Great. And if you want more information, al, right? ls-al, and it tells you more information about it and the right to it, and other stuffs, right? So that's just by the way. Now I want to move to the design branch. So you can create as many branches as you want with the git branch, then the name of the branch. Guys, give me a minute, please. Okay. Okay. So I want to move to the design branch. The way I do this is I can do git switch to switch. Okay. Design. And when I do this, it's been switched there, right? Remember when we're in the master ls and I saw these stuffs, right? I saw these stuffs. Now I have switched to confirm. You see that here you have design instead of master. Okay. If you are doubting Thomas, you can just do an ls and it tells you that yes, when you do an ls, it tells you that all your documents are here again. So it has replicated everything that is in the main branch to the design branch. That's how it works. So now if I want to edit index.html, okay, I can vim index.html, right? And I am editing the document not in the main branch. I'm editing this document from the design branch. So I type I and I can type everything I want to type here. This is gibberish, by the way. When I'm done, I escape, right? Then colon WQ, right? And let me just play around. Cat index. Cat, I believe we know, those of us who follow the Linux, we know what cat is. So when we do cat, it should tell us what we have in our index.html. So this is the gibberish I typed in there. That's fine, right? Great. So yes, so I can make every change I want to make to all of these files, but I'm not doing it in the main. Please, are you with me? Yes, not to confuse you. Okay. One other thing you can use, we are on the same thing. One other thing you can use if you want to switch, okay, to, okay, I'll get to it. One other command you can use instead of the switch is the git checkout. Okay, so with the previous version of the git, you use git checkout to switch, but in the latest one you use git switch to switch. Please, is that fine? Okay, so I just wanted us to understand something here with the, so when you ls, you see everything has been replicated here. You can make all the changes here. Now if I want to see the difference between the index I have here and the index I have in the master, let's do something. Get diff, right, index.html, and see. Great. So when I do this, it tells me that, it gives you some warning and some stuff, and it tells you that this is what I have done. I have added this, and you see this was what I added from here. So it tells you this is the new thing I've added, and I have not even taken anything out of the file. So if I want to merge this index.html with the main one, I can do that with the merge command by merging them together. This one and the other one will fit in. I don't know if it's clear for you, but this is how you know the difference between what you've created. Now let's just mess around. Let's play around. Let's do with the style sheet and see. If we've not done any changes, it will tell us. So let's see. Yes, there's no changes that has been done, so it pulls nothing out. Guys, are you with me? Are you with me? Great. Now I want us to probably switch back to the main branch, right? And to do this, we do the git. Let's use the old version and see if it works. Check out. Don't mind you, I'm using the old version. That's why you can see master. So it should work here. But with time, they will deprecate it. Okay, so check out. And what did I do? I'm still in the design. So let me do it again. Git checkout. Let me say master and see. Okay, so it tells me that I have switched to master now. When I ls, I should see the same things. But hey, I'm in the master, right? Please, are you with me up to this point? Okay, so if I want to merge the branch I had, which is the design branch and the master branch, this is what you do. You do git merge. Okay, what are we merging? We are merging the design. Okay, we're adding the design branch to which branch? To the main branch or the master branch. Already up to date. So right now, every difference that we have done, the corrections I did on the stars sheet has all come together so sweetly. Right? So when I do git branch, it should pull out to me all the branches I have so far. I have these 2 branches. Is that fine? But I'm on the master branch. Now I want to ls what is in the master branch. And I want to cut and see if indeed it has come to the master branch, the index.html. Or you can vim it if you may. Voila. So you see everything that I did in the design branch is in the master branch now. So guys, that's just how it works pretty much. So yeah, let me clear my screen. Give me a minute. Okay, so let's see how we are going to work around our uh, remote. Okay, want to see how we're going to work around our remote. I have to share my entire screen so that will be easier for you guys to understand. Give me a minute. Um, I have to stop sharing, then I'll share my entire screen. Okay, let me just share my GitHub. Okay, it's not permitting me to share my entire screen, so let me just share my GitHub. This should be out in a bit. I believe you should be seeing my GitHub in a bit. Let me be sure if you can see my screen. Uh, yeah, okay, you can see my screen. That's fine. So yes, I want to show you something. So all what we did, let's see, Git tutorials. That's 19 hours ago. Um, let me see. Okay, not this, not this, not this. Let me see this. GitHub tutorials. Okay, so this was what I did earlier for you guys to see, right? So you see everything we did is Git on our local machine. So there is nothing here. Are you with me? It didn't cover anything. It didn't cover anything. Nothing. It didn't cover any single thing. So all what we did is still on our local machine. So our local machine gets spoiled right now. We can collaborate, we can do anything because on our local machine. The way you can do that, okay, is to use your GitHub. The GitHub is a repo that stores it online so that others can access it. Other variant or alternative to GitHub, okay, is what's the other name? There are a couple of names. We have Git Bucket, Git Labs, and all of those. But the most popular ones with the broader community is GitHub, right? So what I want us to do is from our remote, okay, we want to create from our CLI, okay, we want to create a repo, okay, we want to create a repo. But I don't want us to reinvent the wheel because I created some today. Okay, what I'll do is that I'll just clear what is here. Let me see. Maybe I should just create a new repo. Okay, give me a minute, guys. Let me create a new repo so that it will be clear for everybody. So I'm creating a new repo. Okay, and then yes. So what shall I type here? Love, because why not? I'll just leave the others like that. Leave it public. I won't add a remove file because I'll create it. I won't add this. Okay, let me just add MIT licenses and create the repo. Okay, now that I have, guys, can you see my screen? I'm having doubts if you guys can see my screen. Okay, I think you can. So now that you can actually see now that you can actually see, let me be sure. Give me a minute. I'm tempted to believe. Okay, yeah, you can see my screen. So now that you can, we have created this. Okay, we need to pick the link. Okay, the link to this repo, and I'll just pick it up from here. Okay, copy. Oh, sorry, made a mistake. Copy. We'll just pick it up from here. Yes, so I'll just copy this. http github.com. Oh, sorry. Where's it? Yes, lab is here. So yes, please pay attention. The link to the exact repo is what we are using. The link to the exact repo. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. Then I'll share my GitHub, right? I'll share my GitHub. Sorry, I'll share my Git bash. Forgive me, eh? I'll share my Git bash. And then we work around this. Where's my Git bash? Yes, Git bash is here. Okay, I believe you can see my screen now. My Git bash. Okay, and we've copied the link. Okay, so remember when we started. Okay, if you want to create a repo from your CLI, okay, you make the directory. Okay, mkdir, and let's say lav. You press enter to create the directory. Then you cd. I'm not going to do that. I just want you to understand something. You cd into your lav, then it enters there, right? And if you want to make that directory a Git repo, you do what? Git init. That was what we did earlier. If you want to create a repo from your command line, this is what you do. Then you do Git init. When you press enter, it will initialize, and when you see what we saw, the .git there, right? Then you can touch the files you want to touch. You want to create .gitignore, .readme, .html, .css. You create all of them. You make the changes you want to make. Okay, and you want to push it to your remote. When you are done with that, you want to push it to what do you call it? You want to push whatever you have done to GitHub to remotely store it. I hope that's fine. Before that, I just want to play around. Get remote. Let me see what it tells me. Okay, I've pinged Git remote. So now that we have done all what we want to push whatever we have here to the repo we created, the love repo. So how you do this is you do git. Why are you pushing it to remote at origin? Then you paste the link here, the link we copied. Are you following? Git remote add origin. And when we press enter, okay, it has pushed all the, let me ls for you to see, all these files we have here. When we go to GitHub accounts, the one on the web, we should see them there, because this single line of code or command or prompt has pushed everything that we have on our local machine, right, to the remote one, GitHub. Please, is that fine with you? Okay, so I just want to play around. We'll go to the web for you to see something. Git branch. dot m master. I'm playing around, don't mind me. A branch named master already exists. I was trying to create one, don't mind me. So git branch. Okay, guys, that's fine. Let me clear my screen. So we have pushed it to the web, right? So I want us to go and see, but before that, git remote dash v verbose. Great. So when you do git remote dash v or verbose, it tells you your origin. My origin is what? If I want to fetch again, okay. For example, if I want to clone, right? Is that how it's called? Yes, the concept called clone. We'll come to it. If I want to clone everything that is here, how do I do it? I'll use this. If I want to get it from the remote, I'll use this origin or this link. And if I want to push it from here, from the web to that place, I'll use this. Please, are you following? Yes. Give me a minute. I just want to clarify something. Um, okay, that's fine. Okay, nice. Okay, so we are actually on track. So the concept of clone, I just wanted to clarify the concept of clone, uh, push, and pull, right? Right. So clone, what clone does is that, for example, if I go see someone, okay, we'll do that for you to see. We'll do that for you to see. But I just want to explain. If let's say I go to see someone's repo and the person has a very nice project, okay, and I want to download it to my local Git, I can use clone and then find the origin of that person to fetch, right? And and push is what we did. The Git remote push is what we did earlier. Okay, this one. Git remote add origin, and then we put this. Okay, we pushed it to the origin. We put whatever we had here to the origin, right? And then the pull, there's a difference between the push, the pull. I'm cleaning this. There's a difference between the pull and the clone. So I said the clone is maybe you see someone's repo, the person has a nice project, then you clone it to your own, right? And then the pull, what the pull does is that after you have cloned, okay, maybe the person after a month or two had made some changes to correct some bugs and all of those stuff and updated the repo. Okay, what pull will do for you to the origin is that pull will only get all the changes that has been made, not all again, all the changes. So that's just the difference. Guys, are you with me? Great. So I just want to stop sharing my screen. Then we go to my GitHub account. Then you see what happened. Yes, I've stopped sharing my screen. So let's go to the web, GitHub web, and see if we have whatever we're saying there. Okay. Okay. Let me refresh. Yes. So it is not yet in here because why? What I've done is that I have added it to the origin. Now it has created a connection. but I've not told it where I want it to be, whether it should be on the branch, the main branch, the master branch, or whatever. That is how come we have not found anything at the lab. So we'll go back, then we tell Git to push it to the main branch. Okay. Then we redirect it, push it to the main branch from this place. Right. So guys, please are with me. So I'll stop sharing. Then we'll go back to that. So using the command, uh, using that command alone, a minute. Yes, using yes, my screen is out. So using this command we use, get remote add origin. Sorry. I got the remote wrong. Get remote add origin with the link here. I'm not sorry, I lost the link, but with the origin link here, this origin link. Okay. What it did was that it has created a connection between our local repo, okay, and the remote origin. It has created a connection. It doesn't end there. What you need to do next is to tell Git where it's pushing it to. It's pushing it to the branch main. So after it has created a connection, we are telling it that when you get to the GitHub, push it to main. Right. And that is not all. We are finally telling Git that push. We are now telling it to push. After we have created a connection, we told it that we want it to be in the main branch. And now we are telling it to push it now. Push, git push u, right? Origin, main. So what we are telling Git is that push whatever is in the main. So notice something. After we did git branch dash m main, let me clean this so that you have a better understanding. After we did the git branch main, the master changed to main. So let's ls for the fun of it. We still have our stars there. Now let's do the git branch and see the number of branches we have now so far. You see, we still have the design in the main, not master. So this command, what it has done right now, it has essentially overridden the master command to say that because of the dash m here, okay, now when you see master, call it main. Like literally, that's what it's telling us. So we literally don't have the master again. So let me confirm. So get branch. So we don't have, sorry, that's a mistake. We'll pull an error. Let me clear. I just want to do a quick switch from the main to the design. And when I'm switching back, I'll use the master for you to understand that it has overridden the master. Now it sees it as main, right? So let me clear my screen. Then let me just do git status for the fun of it. Guys, don't get distracted. Okay. So it tells me I've modified index.html and I didn't commit it and all of those. So let me just commit it. Okay. Git add. Please don't get confused. Okay. I'm just doing this and then git commit. Yeah. Right. Git commit. Let me just say updated index .html. Don't get confused. I just want to not have any stone unturned. So it has made one change and all of those stuff. Yeah. So ls, there's nothing here. Git branch to, okay, so I want to switch git switch design. Let me see. It has switched to design, right? Nice. So I want to switch again. Git check out. Remember, I was saying that these are the older versions. So I want to see if the main has been overridden, the master has been overridden. Will the checkout work? So git checkout to master. Master. Error. First of all, master, it tells you that one, the path spec master did not match. So obviously the checkout did work, but the master did not match. Why? Because it's been changed. So git checkout, and this will confirm if indeed the checkout worked. Main, and see, switch to main. And we do git, so guys, please, this single command changed my whole system. So git branch with a capital M, then main, change it so that it can be able to connect with the remote one. Okay, so with all that I have done, now we'll have to push it. Git, have I done that? Have I done the git push origin main? Okay, I'm not sure I did that, so I'll be doing that soon. So git, let me clear. Git push origin main. So we are telling git to push to the origin. Okay, that's a remote one. Okay, everything that we have in the main here. Please are with me. And this should push our local repo to GitHub for us, right? Yes, it will take some time, but then it will work. Fail to push some reference, blah, blah, blah. Hint of locally, this is usually caused by another repo pushing to git pull before pushing again. Okay, so let me do git pull origin main, right? Yes, origin main, git pull origin main. So I've pulled everything from there to here, right? So let me ls, sorry, ls. Don't get confused. So I was just following the instruction. So that's how you pull. Pulling, remember I told you there's a difference between cloning and pulling. The pulling pulls the differences, right? So now I'm doing git push dash u origin main. And this should not pull any error again. Okay, let me merge. Okay, git merge. Git merge. Main won't work. Just trying for the fun of it. Already up to date. Git merge. Design for the fun of it. Let me pull again. Git push, actually. Git push dash u origin main. I'm sure it works. So if it pulls the error again or rejected, we'll just go and confirm. It pulls it again. Okay, let me stop sharing my screen and go to the web and confirm if it did work. Yes, let me see. Refresh. Okay. It didn't show up. Quite interesting. Okay, let's stop sharing. And then share Git bash again and troubleshoot. Let's troubleshoot and see why it didn't work. Let me clear my screen. Why didn't you work? Hmm. Okay, let me ls. Let me delete readme. Let me ls. Okay, let me get push dash u origin main and see if this works. Okay, let's take our time and read. Failed to push some refs to https github.com. Hint, updates were rejected because the tip of your current branch is behind its remote counterpart. If you want to integrate the remote changes, use git pull before pushing again. See the note about fast forwards in git push help. Okay, let me see. Git. Sometimes this comes in handy. I'm sure because I changed the master to this, that's the variant, the master and main thing, that's the issue. So fast forwards, notes about fast forwards. So if you are stuck, okay. So guys, you can see my screen, but it has opened the web version for me. So let me look out for that. Um, fast forwards. Hmm. I don't think I'm getting what I want here, but let me try this. Get uh, push dash f origin main. See. So f is like a force. I don't know if it works. Oh, and that was all I needed to do. I had to force push it. Okay, so let me check if it's there. Let me. It should be here. Okay, so let me share. Let me stop sharing and share for you to see that it's indeed here. So guys, don't do what I did. Not advisable to force push. Uh, it can have issues. Okay, man got to. Okay, so I've stopped sharing. Let me share. Let me share GitHub Lab for you guys to see. Okay, so you see, we have our files here, get ignore, readme, index.html. So initially I saw a readme here. So I deleted the readme on my CLI because I thought it was conflicting. Okay, so this is what we did in the index.html. What we type in the CSS has nothing, readme probably a gibberish or nothing. Okay, so this is a tut on Git and GitHub, and ignore has nothing yet, right? Oh, it also has some gibberish. So you see, we have successfully essentially done our pushing to GitHub. Okay, so I I want us to do the pool for us to see something. Okay. I want us to do the pool for us to see something. So let me play around this pull request. I want to do a pull request. Let's see how that works. So choose different branches of Fox above to discuss and review. So I think those who are familiar with the web, we know how to, you can either download it on a zip or something, and then you can also decide to fuck it up. I don't know why they use that word, but yeah, that's just by the way. So so if, for example, okay, choose two branches to see what changes or to start a new pull request. If you need, you can also compare across Fox and across different. So I think the pull request thing is a mechanism to be able to compare two branches before you pull it. Okay, guys, one other name in the previous version for pull is what? Can you guess it? It's fetch. Fetch, just as the other version for switch is checkout, and for I mean main is master, but pull is fetch. That's just by the way. So don't mind me. I'm just messing around on GitHub. So we have a couple of things to do, then we'll be done. Yes, so I want to be sure I won't come back here. So give me a minute. Okay, so let's go to settings. If you are signing in, sometimes if you want to do a git push like we did on the command line and you have not signed in already, you'll be asked for your username and password. And the way git GitHub does not use, so you go to settings. GitHub does not use passwords as in passwords. Okay, so it uses what we call the PAT, the personal access token. So when you come to your settings, you scroll down to developer settings. Okay, you come to developer settings, then you 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 come to classics, token classics, right? So I have some here already. That is connected to my CLI. Okay, expires on 27. So if you want to generate, you come to generate new, you pick classics, then you generate. This will ask you for your passwords from here. So I just enter to confirm. Then you can write a note, maybe it's a PAT for CLI access. Okay. Then you indicate when it expires. So for the purpose of this tutorial, let's say it expires in 7 days. And this gives you fine-grained access, just like I am, or you create a role. This is similar to a role. Okay. So you can indicate that I want this user, okay, or this service to be able to trigger Lambda and all of those stuff. So this is the scope. You can decide to be more specific what exactly your CLI admin can do, user can do. So let's just pick repo because we want to push to repo. So after we have done this, we generate our token, and then we copy. Now I'm going to stop sharing, and then I'll share. I'll start sharing my a minute. I'll start sharing my Git bash. Yes, so Git bash is here. I'll share my Git bash. Then I'll tell you how this works. So this is for authentication. So we actually have two ways of authentication when it comes to Git and GitHub. We have the HTTP and then we have the SSH. So because we are on the hook for the HTTP, that's how come when we're, I don't know if I still have it, when we're calling, guys, when we're pulling, okay, or when we're pushing, yes, when we're pushing, look at this. It started with HTTPS because we are authenticated for this. Okay, so for example, you are using GitHub and you are not signed in. Like I was saying earlier, you need to do your git config and all of those stuff. Okay, and you are even done with that, and you want to git push something. Okay, let's say you are git pushing -u origin main. Okay, because I am signing, when I press enter, it worked for me, right? But if you are not signing, if you press enter, what you should see is that they will be requesting you for your username, for your GitHub. So it will request for your username. Then you type your username here. Then it will request you for your PAT, your personal access token. Then what I'll do is that I'll come and paste that thing I copied from GitHub here. Apparently it didn't copy, but the token we generated, I'll paste it here for the password or the PAT token. When I press enter, you see that it will push for me just like the way it did here. Guys, are you with me? So that's one way. And if anytime you are doing it, okay, anytime you want to push something or pull something from GitHub, it will request for your password and all of those. But if you don't want that to be, there's an easy way to go about it. You can just do git config so that it keeps the token on your local machine. Git config -- global uh, credential uh, I think dot helper store, I think store, and when you press enter, it will keep it on your local. Now I've done this already, so I think that's just by the way. So let's do git config and see if it has captured it. -- list. Oh, sorry, not configure, config. Yeah, so git config -- list, and you should see, I see my username as I showed you earlier. Then you can see the credentials helper manager. So this is helping me so that anytime I am git pushing or git pulling, it will not be asking me for my username and password. So I hope that's clear. So now let me just loop out and clear my screen. Yes. So one other way, okay, that you can authenticate is through the SSH, and we'll be doing that to pull or to fetch. Okay, so we'll be doing that very soon, pretty soon, but we'll have to go back to our settings, okay, on our GitHub. So give me a minute. Let me stop sharing, then we'll go back there. I surely have to find a way to regulate this sharing thing so that I'll not have to be sharing and unsharing. So yes, let me go to my GitHub. Nice. So back to my settings from here. Okay, let me let me just delete my tokens just in case. So the one I created, I'm deleting it. Okay, so when I come to settings, that was for the HTTP. Before we do that, let me show you something. I want to pick up my my followers. I follow 11 people, guys. Look at me on GitHub, GitHub/thatsunday. Okay, and follow me. I want more followers. Okay, so that's my instructor, William Moko. He taught me when I was with Azubi. Is uh, is kind. Okay, so I just want to pick some of Williams's repo to clone so that we have a fair idea. Guys, follow him. Okay? So he did something on serverless contact form with AWS. So I just want us to, I want us to clone whatever he did. So he tells us how he went about doing it. He used S3 API, Lambda, SES, Mail. Forgive me, I also have a similar thing that I did quite recently. I have it on my YouTube and I think on my GitHub as well. So it's nice. So uh concentrate, Dominic. So yes, if you want to fork it, excuse my use of the word, you can just pick it up from here. I'm not going to do that. And it will literally copy everything here to my repo. Okay. Other than that, if you come to code and I want to clone, okay, using HTTP, which is more popular, I'll come and copy this, right? And I'll come back to my, oh God, I have to go back to my Git bash. Okay, guys, bear with me. Okay, so there are actually three ways of cloning. You can clone with your HTTPS, okay, or you clone with SSH, but you need to authenticate it. So the authentication we did with the token, the personal access token, was for HTTP. We'll have to do one for SSH, so that when you want to clone, you just come and copy. And then we have the GitHub CLI. That's if you have downloaded GitHub CLI. Now, William tells us that uh, if you do a lot of pull and push, it's more easier to seamlessly download GitHub desktop, and it will help you. So that's just by the way. So if you're using GitHub CLI, you can use this. GitHub has their own CLI. And if you want to, yes, this is what I was talking about, the GitHub desktop. It's more seamless if you do a lot of heavy pulling and pushing to GitHub. And now, if you don't have all of this, I remember the first time I accessed uh, GitHub, I downloaded the zip file, and it was hell for me trying to unpack it and then open it up in VS Code and all of those stuff. But now I know better, yeah. So uh, let's just do with this. So let me stop sharing. Guys, bear with me with this stop sharing thing, you know, until I find a solution. But if anyone has a solution for me too, you can just put it up in the comment and I'll be glad to take it up. So um, let me share. I'm sharing my Git bash. Yes, so I've seen Williams's serverless contact form. I love it. I want to copy, right? I want to clone. I want to fork it into my local repo so that I can edit it and do some other stuff and use it for my own use, right? So the command that you use essentially with the HTTP authentication is to git clone, right? Right, just as you do with the others. Now, guys, give me a minute. So the command you use is to git clone, right? So yes, so if I do git clone, then I paste, sorry, I hope I didn't lose it. Ah, yeah, I lost it. I lost it. I lost it. Okay, I just have to go back, not with you guys alone. Yeah, I think I lost it. I lost it. So I'll be back, guys. I'll be back. I'm going to copy. Um, I'm going to copy the SSH. I mean the HTTP. Yes, here you are. Now don't lose me again, please. And then paste it here. And when I do this, it is cloning it directly. And just like that, I'll have Williams's serverless contact form with AWS on my local machine. So let me ls. Voila. Now I have Williams's app here, his setup here. Then I also have the index.html and stuff I created. So if I want to cd into William, I want to see what he has in there. I think we looked at it. He had a couple of stuff there. So I just cd into contact dash form dash with dash AWS and see. Now I'm in it. Let me ls. Yes, so I now have all of these things. There's contact.png, there's readme, there's serverless.drawio.png, there's contact.js, there's contact.html, there's lambda function, right? So I want to play around. So guys, how do you view a picture from your command line? So there's contact.png. I want to view it. What do you use? What command do you use? If you know it, put it in the chat box for me. So I know that if you want to view a video, you do start after you have cd'd into the directory it is in. You start and then the name of the video. But I don't know about a picture. So no, you do. Let me be sure. Start this two, then this, then you put the name of the video here. So if it was contact.mp4, and when you do this, it should open up your default video. Video, I think on Windows is what? It's not VLC. It's unless you made it your default. It's a Microsoft something, right? So yeah, this is to start. But I don't know about the picture. So guys, put it in. It will be fun to get some reactions and interactions from you guys. That's just by the way. So I just want to vim Williams's contact.html. It's not that I'm swaying away from what you are doing. I just want to show you something. And voila, everything Williams has here is here. So I can and go change some stuff, I can go change some stuff and make it my own, right? So yes, that's just by the way. Let me not mess around and spoil Williams's beautiful code. So WQ, and I'm out. Okay, so that is how you clone with this authentication. Please, I hope we are good. Now, if you want to clone, okay, with the SSH, it's a different thing. So I'm bowing out from here again, and then we go to, I'll stop sharing. Then I'll start sharing again. Then we'll go to my Git. We'll go to Williams's Git, yes. Repo. Yes. So if, depending on the kind of authentication you've done, I want you to go by SSH. So look at something. SSH does not, look at, this begins with HTTPS. I hope you saw that. And SSH begins with git at github.com, and then everything follows. So let me just copy this. I just hope it doesn't disappear. So that's just by the way, right? So if you want to clone using this, right, you can use your SSH. Let's try it for you to see. Okay, let me stop sharing. Yes, so the very thing we did here, where is it? Okay, so the very thing we did here to clone was git clone. Sorry guys, the very thing we did here was git clone. Then I pasted the link here, right? Now let me see if this will clone. Okay, so cloning into serverless, blah blah blah, permission denied, could not read from remote repo. Please make sure you have the correct access rights, and the repo already exists. So it's telling me that you are not permitted to use this origin to clone, and besides, your repo already exists. So that's just Git being smart there. Why? Because I am using HTTPS access authentication. Guys, are you with me? I'm using HTTP authentication. Now, if I want to use SSH, now I'll go back and copy and do it from the, for you to see. So I'll stop sharing again. I know this is annoying, guys. Just bear with me, yeah? Bear with me. And then let's go to let's go back here and go to settings. Now I go to settings. I'll look out for SSH and what is it? And GPG keys, SSH and GPG keys, right? Then I'll come to SSH and new SSH key. Guys, are you following? So I can just say a clone test, just something to tell you what this is about, right? Then to authenticate it, I'll have to go begin with SSH-RA, blah 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 blah. So I have to go back to the CLI, okay, and create that SSH authentication, copy the key, and come and paste it here. Then I'll create that SSH authentication link. Guys, please are you with me? So I just wanted you to follow this before I go back and create that keys. So I'll stop sharing. And then I'll go back. Let me share Git bash again. A minute. Yes, sharing Git bash. Sorry. Yes. So with where I am now, let me just hide this. Let me clear. I always like my screen neat and clean. So let me just cd out of Williams. Yes, and I should be in my Git. This is fine. So to be able to use this SSH, don't worry your head about this. Okay. SSH to generate the keys, SSH dash key gen dash T, okay, RSA dash B 4096 dash capital C. Then you put your email here, the email that is connected to your GitHub account. So Dominic Appiah 2078 at gmail.com. Guys, you can reach me out if you don't understand something or you want us to collaborate or something. And just as when we're doing when you're creating an EC2 and you're SSHing into the EC2, pretty much the same thing. Now look here, to do the SSH into your EC2, you do SSH-I. Then if you were in the labs environment or your .pem key, let's say your .pem key is lav.pem, then you do EC2-user at, then you put the IP. Okay, so 123.457. Whatever. Okay, then we press enter. It SSH you into your EC2. So similar one with this authentication. So don't get quite confused. We want to generate these keys. Okay, and when you press enter, it's generating the public and private key pair for you. Now, what is it asking me to do? So it's asking me for enter file in which you to save the key, blah, blah, blah. I think we can keep it here on this root, the laptop root, users Dominic, and then whatever. So we press enter, and it's telling us that because it is already there, there's some there already. So it's telling me to overwrite. So I say yes, overwrite. Then it is done. Right now, I want to be able to access this. What do you call it? This keys that has been generated. So let's do ls-al, right? And it is not captured. Why? Because it is what? They are keys. They are secret keys. So let's try ls-al space dash dash forward slash dot ssh. I hope I got it right. Forward slash ls can't access. So yes, let's try it again. I think I got it wrong. ls-al dash dash forward slash SSH. Guys, a minute, okay? Great. So I think the issue was with spaces. let me just go back to it. So with yes, so with this one, you see, I didn't leave a space. Look at the difference. So you have to be very meticulous when you're using the command line. Okay, that's just by the or git bash. So it tells me I'm looking for, okay, let me zoom out. Maybe I'll be able to have a better view. Guys, I hope you can still see. So it gives me detailed granular of stuffs I have on my machine, and I'm looking for my RSA. So where's my RSA? I should see my RSA in a bit. Uh, okay, let me just try this. If I can see it, let me cut it. Okay, let me cut it. CAT, this symbol /dot SSH /ID underscore RSA. I don't think it's there, that pub, because I should see this there, then I'll cut it. It's a directory. Yeah. So I think where I was supposed to have stored the stuff, I got it wrong. So let me clear. I shouldn't have overridden my own. Okay, let's go at it again. Okay. Guys, don't get confused. SSH. I think I did this when I was in my Git. Let me ls. What do I have here? Serverless. Yes, this is right. So let me clear. SSH dash keygen dash T RSA dash B4096 dash capital C with my email, Dominic Apaya 2078 at gmail.com. I think I got it right? Right? Okay. Invalid RSA key length. What did I get wrong? Oh yeah. 4098. So SSH. Sorry guys. It happens when you are typing very fast. Keygen dash T RSA dash B 4096 dash capital C, then your email, Dominic Appear 2078 at gmail.com, right? Then it's generating now again. So this time around, we just have to be very meticulous not to mess things up. Okay. So enter file in which to save the key. So let's say Git. Enter phrase words for Git. Let's just press enter. Yes, voila. And now we got it. You see? So let's do ls dash al, okay, dash uh dash ssh. Remember, this was what got us in trouble earlier. So probably uh I should find it here. Oh, it says cannot access SSH, no file directly like that. Give me a minute. Let me zoom out a little bit. Yes, I should have it here. Maybe it's too much, and I mean I have a lot of stuff here and I can't even get my head around it. So let's cut it and see if it works. Then we are sure. Cut this dot ssh /id underscore rsa dot pub. It's a directory cat ssh no file found. What am I not doing right? Okay. Yes, but I'm in Git ls. cd git dot pub, not a directory. Okay, so let me cut this /dot ssh /id underscore git dot pub cut git dot pub. Merci. So guys, I was just messing around. Let me clear this again. Okay, so after we have generated the keys, okay, we just ls, we see we indicated the location it should put it, so it kept it at git.pub, right? So to be able to pick that keys, copy, we need to cut, or you can vim, you can nano, or everything. So git.pub, and you have to copy every single of this key here. I hope it copied. I don't think it copied. So we need to copy every single key here and go and paste it. So I'll stop sharing and reshare the GitHub. We are supposed to paste these keys that we have picked up here. Yes, we are supposed to paste it here. When we paste it here, right, and we add SSH, good. So it has been created. Now it has been created. Now I want us to go back to Williams. Williams is this thing we were trying to access. Sorry guys, I don't know, I'm messing around. Williams's serverless app we liked. Okay, so yes, so we are back in Williams's serverless app we liked, and we want to clone, but or if you like fetch, or if you like fork, we want to clone. Guys, these are not my words. It's GitHub's. Forgive me. So we want to clone using the SSH. So remember I told you that it didn't begin with HTTPS, it began with git at git. So we copy this, then we go back, stop sharing. Then we go back to our git. Let me share my git bash. Yes, now let me clear. We are in our git bash. So if we want to clone, okay, so git clone, then we paste this here. This time I shouldn't pull an error for us. Okay, so because I have it already, you see it didn't pull an error. It tells me that this is already there. You have it there already. So let's say we want to put it in a different place, right? So let's make a directory mkdir Willie or William. Okay, and then cd into William, right? If we ls, I don't think there will be anything there. There's nothing there. So let's git clone, okay, and paste this here. I think this should work. Now it is cloning. Guys, you see how this works? It is cloning. So I think basically that is that. Yes, I haven't left any stone unturned. So thank you guys. Uh, thank you very much for your time and everything. Uh, anticipate more from Cloud Daemon. Like, subscribe, hit that. How do you call it? Um, hit that bell. Yeah, hit that bell so that you can get new information when I release them, new tutorials. Bye.